We are here at the Mama Bear Sanctuary, sheltered in place with our kids, ages 2, 3, 4, 5, and 14. And the dads are around, and all of this convergence is happening. And so everything is up. Like there's nowhere to go, and there's no life out there in the world to distract or pull us away from what's unfolding in our faces at home base. And this is such a profound opportunity to face whatever may be blocking us from the real connection with the people that are closest to us in our lives and that are most impacted by the connection we have with them in their lives, such as, our children, for example. So we've been living here since December together as conscious co-creators of mom life, just joining forces, and now we're going more live with our journey and what it's like to step out of the assumption that single momming means being alone, and what does it look like to merge and to marry into another paradigm altogether, into another way of householding. And we have all these epic
I
conversations all the we
know.
have such
It's
good
the best.
conversations, and
It's
we're
the
always like, we
best.
need to just podcast this, we need to just record this.
This is
So
gold.
this is gold. This is all the nuggets of great things,
The
great
inner
seeds,
works.
all of it.
The inner workings of adjusting to parenthood even years later.
Yeah,
Still adjusting
right.
to
Still adjust all the adjustments that are still on the tab.
So, thanks for that beautiful intro. That was so eloquently put. And I'd just like to add that the leaning in process of being stuck at home with the people you spend most of your life like avoiding or try like coming up with like tactics and strategies of how to like not fully be there with them because it's a lot and it's overwhelming, and the neural pathways always say like escape into your phone, escape into work, escape to the gym, like just kind of
And
go somewhere
we're
else.
talking about when we have unprocessed mother wounds in ourselves that
Yeah,
make mothering potentially triggering,
totally.
like a minefield potentially, if it's out of balance with other factors in ourselves and in our
And the
lives.
mothering that we got,
Yeah.
and the mothering that our parents got, and it's just kind of like we're pattern disruption to the max right now with this coronavirus thing. Like inner, outer, everything is like coming to a halting stop, and the only way to go, there's nowhere to go. There's
Mm.
nowhere to go from it. There's no more like running around and distracting and these neural pathways of like I have to go here and I have to go here and I have to go here. Oh, we got to drop the kids off at the Y
Yeah.
and we got to do, and it's like were we really doing anything? I really felt like once this stopped I'm like what were we really doing? It felt like a lot of running around and not much was getting done. Or like it was getting done very like slowly and not like cohesively or not like in flow with all the other
Right.
pieces.
Especially because our goal that we were working toward was creating regenerative home rhythms, like setting up a homeschool for the kids. Homeschool. And
But not being a part of it. We wanted to
yeah.
like set a homeschool
Yeah.
where we could just run away from the kids once it's all set up. We could have like freedom, right? And
Uh,
then yeah, and so like now we're leaning in. I'm like, is that really true? Like all this work that we're trying to do outside in the outer world, like so that we can connect more with our children eventually if we get enough time off from them, like that in a sense is kind of like a fallacy, right? Like the kids are here now, connect with them now. And how do we lean into the edges and the uncomfortability and the patterns? Like yesterday, like after we had our conversation, we're like, okay, yeah, we just need to lean into it. I spent all morning in bed not wanting to lean into it. Like I'm like, oh my god, do we really have to get up and lean into this right now? I'm like really not feeling it. And just sitting with that, not judging myself about it, and letting it be okay, and just feeling my edginess around like, oh, I'm so resistant to dropping in and holding space for these, little cute animals that are like running around, screaming, hitting each other, grabbing toys out of each other's hands, pulling each other's hair, biting, like all these things that seem to compound and like eventually every little thing feels like a big situation. How do I step away from that mentality and that overwhelm and just to kind of get on their level and drop into like my own irritation and let it be okay that I'm irritated and feel my irritation, and maybe finding out a different way to like emote or move that irritation outward, so I'm not holding it in and it's not compounding, or I'm not letting it out and lashing it out at them, and then it's, not useful, just keeps creating more of the same behavior that is irritating. So what's option three? What's the pattern disrupt? The pattern has been this binary, like lash out at them, make them stop trying to control it, like make it go away, or hide, avoid in my phone, in my work, in whatever, and just kind of like hope it goes away or calms down eventually. And there's always a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh option. And so this pattern disrupt is bringing up this opportunity to tune into those options, to see, like, okay, what if I stop resisting the screaming? What if I join in on the screaming? Like what, like if you can't beat them, not like my parents say, if you can't beat them harder, but if you can't beat them, really join them, right? Like like just go into it with this, like, oh my god, what is it that I'm resisting? Why is this irritating to me? Why is this screaming so, like, feels like nails on a chalkboard to me?
And there's that binary of us, mom, and them, kids,
Totally.
and then being like, well, do I do my thing or do I do their thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what does join them mean? Does it, because there's also a third right there. There's the space between where we are a co creative energy field and we're not leaving our own selves in order to join them, but we are
Totally.
meeting where we meet in
Mm.
shared space so that each of us can have our autonomy, have our individuality, have our truth, and yet we recognize we're interdependent, we're functioning here together, we're flowing here, creating here together, and it's more of a circular triangulation.
Triangulation. I love that word. It's regenerative. It's a closed loop system. It's not this, like, when I finally get my mom time, then I will eventually feel sane enough to drop in with the kids, which seems to never come. It seems like this disappearing horizon. Like, I
Hmm.
never actually feel rested enough, or got enough work done enough or whatever to actually drop in with the kids. So this, like, disappearing horizon of, like, the when I'm all gymmed out and worked out and whatever, connected with my friends, and I, was able to dance and do, then I'll be more available, then I'll be more present, and that just seems to never come. So it's like, okay, how do I let go of that disappearing horizon and drop into, like, what's in front of me right now, right here, lean into all the, like, wanting to escape and wanting to eject. The eject button seems to be, like, so close all the time. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I can't wait to get out of this situation. And I'm like, but what is the situation? Why am I making it a situation?
And it's
Like,
our inner child triggered. It's our
totally,
mother wounds triggered. It's trying to
totally
get away from our painful experiences of the past that we have not
resolved. Yeah,
reconciled, but that motherhood offers such an amazing mirror for. And then if we're not chasing a disappearing horizon, we're present in the soul, in the sun of right now. Like that is the center of the universe of ourselves as the microcosm for the macrocosm, and that's
totally.
where all the energy is. That's where all of the light and the life and the nourishing and all of the mom divine feminine force is just pulsing all the time, like all the time.
It's here. It's like an open flower just waiting to be smelled.
Yeah.
Instead of us driving past it, we could just pull over, take a nice slower stroll, and just notice what's here.
Right, we're not
Right.
picking the flower and putting it in a shopping cart. We
Right.
are.
We are being present with it. We are watering it. We are ready. Like, so, we will stumble on the way. We will lean into those funny edges of resistance and avoidance. Mine is avoidance. Like, I'm just gonna avoid this whole situation, and I'm just gonna not go out there right now. What, kids? They're screaming? What is happening? I'm scared.
And my thing is to go out there and deal with it all, but to have this grim grit, like, clench. Like there's a clench in me somewhere, and it's like driving with the e-brake on.
Oh, totally. And and then when I'm done avoiding, I'm out just like bonfire status, like, rah! Enough! I've had enough of this. stop, everyone stop.
So we're gonna do some things. We're gonna have yoga classes. We're gonna have dance parties. We're gonna have
Dance
cooking, healthy
parties.
cooking,
Yeah.
meal prep suggestions, all the things that we're now doing full time at home. We're just gonna present it to you because you're also now full time at home, many of you. And so, what are we doing here with ourselves, with our kids, in our home space? Is it serving us? Is it costing us? Like, what is it to be regenerative in our lifestyle so that the output of one system is the input of another, so that we're not bleeding out at the seams all over the place and just draining ourselves and slowly dying.
Right, right.
So, yeah, the regenerative way. And we are exploring it together because
And I
together we can do it
totally.
ourselves.
And the thing is like we both have such a wealth of like study and information in our belt that we're trying to create programs for like outside with like other people. Like, we're both yoga teachers. We're both like, into meditation. I'm into Sufi chanting. I do all these nutrition things. You're into the regenerative writing and the journaling and all this like stuff that we're trying to like create offers and things in the outside world and trying to like get our businesses to be regenerative like outside of the household, but like all these skills can be fully implemented here. Ayurvedic nutrition, yoga, meditation, like it's all needed here in our household. So like why don't we take that expertise and just give it to the people who matter the most to us instead of trying to like find these clients out there somewhere who want to do the things that we have to offer, which is not terrible or not bad. It's perfect, but we can hit two birds with one stone by giving our expertise and our knowledge to our children, recording that, and helping other parents implement the same thing in their households while we're all stuck in this thing together. Like,
Yeah.
why not?
Why not? While the patriarchal consumer capitalist complex is canceled, why not? So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Mama Bear Sanctuary. Mwah. Bye.